Welcome back to Cubbyhole Conversations. So today, literally just now, I'm reading this book that my brother and his wife got me for Christmas. And it is The Way of the Father, Lessons from My Dad, Truths About God by Michael W. Smith. Now, I grew up when Michael W. Smith, the church people, we were really into Michael W. Smith back then. And I haven't listened to a Michael W. Smith song in years, but it's been interesting reading this. And there's parts of it where it kind of catches my attention, other parts where it doesn't. But this part that we're on right now, or that we're on, I guess me and Michael are really buddies right now, but this part that I'm on right now, he's talking about divine interruptions. And it's a thought that I've had a lot over the past years about God allowing space in your life for God's interaction in your life. And I just realized my file drawer's open. Oh, well, ignore that. God's divine interruptions, which I've heard that term and I've used that term, but it's not what I typically think of. I typically think of like leaving margin in your day and being willing to stop when somebody needs something and help somebody out or in whatever way. And so I liked what he had to say here. It says, when crazy circumstances like my passport delay happen to any of us, as believers, we need to look for what God might be doing. We can so easily miss it out of frustration or distraction, but it just might be his divine interruptions, which he is allowed to bring into our lives, because if we call him Lord, he has that right. Just as anyone we love has the right to interrupt us for any reason, we must never forget that truth about our role in the gospel. We just have to watch, listen, embrace, and obey. I could never have orchestrated a 10-minute talk with Reuben about his spiritual life, but God teed it up and I only had to swing. He is in all the details of our lives every day and wants to do something in us, through us, and as an ever-present Father with us. We simply have to pay attention when he interrupts our busy lives. And I think that's just so well said. Like, I can't even say it better. We really need to be able to push pause on our plans, pause on our day, pause in that moment to say, God loves you, I love you, I care about you. And he starts off this section in this book talking about how his father always had time for people and how everybody matters. And I think that is a mindset that affects whether or not you are willing to pause. If you're willing to say that this person's emergency or this person's concern or this person's need is, it's worth it to me. It's worth it to me to stop and help them. It's worth it to me to listen. It's worth it to me to pray for them. It's worth it to me to get involved. And so look for the divine interruptions in this next week of your life, starting now, Start right now. Maybe there's a divine interruption that's about to happen in your life. So keep your eyes open. Be willing to hit the brakes. Pause for a moment. And listen and watch for God's divine interruptions. God bless. We'll see you next week.